So this is my journey in costume. He messed up my slides already. You know, started. So my journey started when I met this guy Rick in 1977. And I hate to say so, these are not costumes. This is what we actually wore in 1978. So sorry. But he introduced me to science fiction conventions. And the Baycon Science Fiction Convention is our local convention. It's every Memorial Day weekend. As you can see, we've been going for lots and lots of years. And the other conventions we've gone to are Worldcon conventions, which are bigger and better and happen all over the world. But what I discovered when I went to these conventions is that people like to wear costumes. They wear costumes in the hallways, which we call hall costumes. And then they also had masquerades, which were costume contests, which were bigger and better and very intimidating. So this is from the Worldcon in San Jose. So this shows the 4 different years we went to Worldcons. Klingons. Now these guys just wander around the halls. They have a bar on Saturday nights. These 2 Klingons are some of the best I've seen. I mean, the makeup on this is just amazing. And basically, don't have permission to show any of these pictures, so I basically showed pictures where people had masks on, so you couldn't tell who they were. Spy versus spy, again, they're just wandering around the hallways. Which is really amazing is that when I saw them with the headpiece off, is that they actually have a fan in the nose piece so that they can get air circulating so they don't suffocate in their costume. And this is another hall costume where they've just taken a really pretty mask that is sold there at the vendor room. And she's put together a nice outfit with wings. So I started putting together hall costumes, and the first couple years were not too great. We got Snow White, and then the blue outfit is supposed to be from Dragon Riders of Pern, from Anne McCaffrey, and then, I always travel with my own Power Ranger. But, the costumes got better as the years went on. We started doing more sewing, experimenting with what works best, and made a whole family of Jedi. So I did all the sewing on this. Rick actually created the lightsabers at the very last moment. Drove me stark raving mad. From bicycle parts and foam and metal bits and glued on pieces. Anyway, so this is one of my very favorite hall costumes I've done. I've taken, this one picture is from the musical Wicked, and then this is my idea of what I would wear if I was in the musical and I could sing and dance, which doesn't happen. And I actually won a hall costume award at the Worldcon in LA in 2006. As you can see, I also like to wear vintage clothing, and you can often get away with walking the halls in vintage clothing. One picture is from the Titanic movie. It's actual costume for the movie, and then the other is a 1920s outfit from a costume con. Too many ums. My 1920s dress, vintage, and then the 1950s Mad Men look. I used to wear that to conventions, and people would say, "Ooh, what are you from?" And I'd say Blade Runner. But now I can say Mad Men. That works good. And then the next picture is I made a 1920s day dress and coerced Rick into going to the Gatsby picnic with me in Oakland because he didn't actually have to really dress up, although wearing the tie was, kind of pushing it. So, as I also commented that the other type of costume is a masquerade costume, and this is actually a costume contest. This is from a Worldcon, which the costumes in the Worldcon are just like way super duper out there. Obviously, this is Beauty and the Beast. Just amazing costumes. And when you're first starting off as a costumer, it's terribly, intimidating to watch these people up on stage. And so they're actually up on a stage and they do a presentation, music, dancing sometimes. I don't actually remember what this one was called, but just look at the work involved in it with the masks and the headdresses. And now the next picture, they actually open up their capes. It's just amazing the work that went into this. And yeah, it's pretty pretty intimidating. So my next picture is of a masquerade costume where they took a small 1950s figure that's on the floor, I can't really see it very well, and they reproduced that, made a reproduction of it, life-size. So they're, what 1950s thought spacemen were going to look like. It was pretty cool up on stage though. So then I tried to think about what I could do for a costume, and you kind of have to have a theme, a hook, some really great idea. And so this was ours. It's called On Loan from the Haunted Mansion. That's Justin in the suit and myself, and then Rick actually helped with the making of the costume and found the music for us, which was actually music from the Haunted Mansion, but in France. Yeah, Justin could not see. There's actually a plaster of Paris apparatus on his head to keep the suit up like this, so he looks like he's headless. And poor guy we're in the masquerade, he could not even see where he was going. So we actually won Best in Show, and the judges said that we were extremely scary. We had this really slow music, and we just walked in this dark room, and the judges were right in front of us, and we walked right up to them, and then veered off to one side. So that was, the pinnacle of my costuming success.